his teammate and back into the lead.
You know, one of the things that I picked up on in some of the interviews we did from Denny Hamlin talking about the Toyota engine, apparently some of that valve train problems they were having at Daytona carried over to the unrestricted engine, and they've had to back way
Trouble turn
off.
2. Casey Mears. Ooh, gets tagged
and nowhere
hard.
for Dale Earnhardt Jr. to go in that 88 car.
2 more cars hard in the wall behind them. One is Hornish.
Someone has run underneath the 5 car, it looks
The
like.
other's Reed Sorensen, and Mears ends up on his roof.
It's up high, and he just loses it there. Comes down right.
Just clipped Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Got it turned him around. But now this is when it really is bizarre. Watch this.
Hornish already had damage, and the hood was up so high he couldn't see out of the windshield, I don't think.
Now watch Junior in the 88 come into this.
Ooh.
Get clipped, knocking the right side sheet metal off and banging the left side. Now all drivers involved are okay. Now we saw from the snail's trail on the track that Hornish's car wouldn't stop or steer as he got underneath Mears. It was dropping a lot of fluid and ended up just tumbling him over.
Yeah. That is bizarre.
Along with Casey Mears, and a lot of damage on Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car, which is in the garage. And Junior has left the building, at least temporarily.
At this point, we were just trying to sit there and chill. I don't know, the track's real dirty and guys just sliding all over the place, and just a dirty old racetrack out there. So Casey got turned around, and I don't know, it's frustrating.
Looks like it was an awfully hard hit. Are you okay?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm all right. Casey turned over, but he's probably one we ought to be worried about. But just frustrating, man. The track ain't ready today. It was dirty, and we rushed into this. It was a bad move.
Okay, thank you, Junior.
Is that a former driver?
Looks like he is.
He is a former driver. I remember
raced in the SCCA.
Well, I remember seeing him in Days
I was
of
thinking
Thunder
Days
myself.
of Thunder. Cole Trickles, who I was thinking of.
Where's Harry Hogg?
Yeah, I'm sure we can get it back out there, but I think there's 42 other drivers that would agree that we should not be racing on that racetrack right now. I hit a slick spot, and that's why my car took off. You know, you can see it. You can really even see it on TV, and right at the seams, it's seeping a lot of water. My car just took off. I hit a wet spot, and I'm not going to be the last one, I'm sure. I mean, it's may not exactly been the cause of that crash. I don't know, but I know it was the cause of ours.
Okay, Denny Hamlin in the garage.
As I look at this car, I was looking at the A-post right there, and I noticed how much paint is already knocked off of there, like it's been sandblasted from the sand and dirt and debris that's out there on the racetrack.
I'd say you're right, Darrell. That's exactly what it looks like.
And look at the windshield there. I mean, we've run 21 laps, and that windshield looks like it's been run all day.
The Santa Ana winds out here blow all the time, and usually it is dry and a bit dusty. We did have to put down Speedy Dry for Michael Waltrip's oil leak before this race got the green, and we've had a lot of rain here over the past 3 days. And let's show you Mears as he's coming through here, and look at the weepers on the racetrack. Now here's Casey Mears. Watch him as he gets to that damp spot on the racetrack with his left side tires
there,
and watch what happens.
And watch the other cars that kind of straddle or go around that wet spot. He happened to go right through it.
He's about the only one through that group that we saw go right through it.
And here's a final look. There is Casey up there, way up out ahead of Jeff Burton. And you'll see the damp section of the racetrack there. And
yeah, the car just got out from under him in that wet place.
And I want to stress, we've been fighting this since Friday. They get the track dry, but as you mentioned, Mike, those seams, they get it dry, and then it just starts weeping water again, right where the pavement meets each other.
And when you're going 200 miles an hour, it's kind of like black ice. You don't necessarily, or you're not able to depict that that's a wet spot. You find that out if you hit it a time or two, hopefully without the kind of results that Casey had.
there you see some of the weepers where that water just seeps out of the seams in the asphalt. Friday night, crews worked here all through the night, digging up and sealing and filling. But still, anytime you have a great accumulation of groundwater after a long suspended rain here in Southern California, as in many parts of the country, you're apt to have these issues. So rain right now, not a consideration, but the drivers are stopping along pit road as they work to try and dry the weepers up in the corners. And that got how many websites right after the Daytona 500?
They told me from the time it was, I think, promo during the Daytona 500 until Monday evening, I think it was over 16,000 hits.
Thanks, folks.
This the crews, they'll stay warmed up, and it looks like we've got some serious work that's about to go on here.
Yeah, we've got a concrete or an asphalt cutting blade there.
Just go down to Hammond. He's got a demonstration, I'm sure, of that particular piece of equipment. I know he must have one down there somewhere.
That is not what Tony was going to allow the media to cut his hair with, should he have won the Daytona 500.
So we're going to do a little grooving on a Sunday afternoon.
I hate it when you're punny, but that was good.
That was.
That was good.
That's like a French drain, and then when you cut.
No, not exactly. Krista.
Well, we are just hanging out down here on the track, and I mean literally just kind of hanging out down here, sitting down here with Jay Guarneri and Mark Martin and Martin Truex, and these guys are discussing the track, so I'm going to kind of just worm my way in here. All right, guys, how is it out there?
I'm loving it. I just, we need to run a while and get some rubber down. I think our car's going to get better the longer the race goes. We've got a lot of racing to do yet, so I'm pretty encouraged. It's a struggle right now because the car's pretty free, but it's turning great. And I think over the long haul, it'll pay off for us.
Any concern with that water kind of seeping up there in 3 and 4, Martin?
Well, it's bad when you hit it, I can tell you that. I hit it a few times and had my hands full, but fortunately we were able to stay out of that wreck. I was real close to getting in it. I'm not sure how I made it through, but the car's pretty good, pretty happy with it. It was real nice at the start of the race and got in the water a little, lost some spots, but I feel like we're gonna have something here as the track goes. As we get some green flag running, get some rubber down, get the track cleaned up. It's just real hard right now. You really had to hit your marks. You miss it by 6-8 inches and you get in that water, and it was ugly. So we'll get the track fixed up, we'll go racing, and hopefully have a good day.
All right, that's Martin Truex, Mark Martin. Mike?
Chris, this situation reminds me of a couple years ago at Martinsville. You and I had a conversation when Mike Helton and track officials were pulling out some concrete to do some repairing. A little bit different that day, though, compared to this day.
Yeah, I still have the front end on my car, and I'm a lot happier right now.
And the rocket ship?
The rocket ship, that's exactly what it is today.
Checking in with his teammate, Kevin Harvick, who almost...
We're down here on the grid, and Jamie McMurray is going to get his helmet out for us because he is very proud of this helmet. So, Jamie, what do you want to show us here?
Well, Nick Pastura paints all my helmets, and I'm pretty hard on him because I always want something cool and something different. And, we've incorporated all the autism puzzle pieces in the background, and it's something very special for me. Every time I get in the car, I'm reminded not only of the foundation that we have, but also of my family because I'm affected by that personally. So it's something that I'm proud of, and I think it's cool. And your helmet is your identity when you're in the car, and it's more so maybe for the guys in the open wheel because that's what you see. But I think even for for the NASCAR guys, it's important to have a cool helmet.
Are you proud of me? Because look, I've got my puzzle piece on. Did you see that?
You have your puzzle piece on every week.
May get a chance to go back racing here.
Is that Buster right there?
That's Buster right there.
I wouldn't want to mess with Buster.
No.
And Kyle Busch, how are you doing out there?
Do what?
How are you doing out there on the racetrack?
I'm doing all right. We drove from like 22nd to 5th or 6th or something like that. So car was pretty good. Interstate batteries, Camry's doing well. And, we'll keep just making some changes on it on pit road. We already changed some stuff, a little bit tight in the center. But overall happy with it. So we'll just keep it going and hopefully get back out there and try to get this race in.
I think that's just what that NASCAR official would like you to do. Get out there. Steve.
What one tradition, Steve, that Clint Boyer would like to start? I saw your mentor, Morgan Shepherd, roller skate by. You going to get a pair of those?
Man, he's got more talent than I got. I'd be busting my butt as soon as I turned on the pit road. But, no, I keep my wheels on the race car and keep it on the racetrack. Hopefully they're going to let us get back out there and have some more fun.
There you go. We're going to get ready to go here shortly.
And what they do is they get the drivers to go out there and take a look at what the track looks like so they can get their opinion before we go back and put everybody inside the car. Hey, he won't let him in.
You need to give him a key. Come on.
I'm leading the race. Let me get in here.
And it's a Chevy as well. We have 2 Hendrick drivers up in front, 2 in the garage at the moment as we try and dry things out. We're now officially more than an hour.
Now, Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson have been out there to have a look at turn number 3, discussing what they saw. They are now back in their cars, and the order has been given to refire the engines.
At an average speed, we're at a record slow pace for this race, and because of rain falling, that is what has brought out the caution. Pit road is open.
Yeah, everybody right now racing off of pit road. And let's see Jeff Gordon come out. Here comes the 18. The 70 car. Now, he's had trouble earlier. There comes Clint Boyer on the inside, the 07 car. I mean, look how close everything is. And everybody realizes this is when you got to make it happen. I mean, everything is so tight.
Looks
you
like
see the rush hour traffic in L.A. What are you talking about?
That's right, on the 101 or the 405 out here.
Fellas, the light's out on the pace car.
We're coming racing.
We're
going racing.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
It's interesting to see Dario Franchitti sitting out there, but we see rain coming down there.
Maybe
so I'm not too sure about that.
No, they waved it off.
Nah, maybe that wasn't such a good idea.
Yeah, Dario Franchitti in the 40 car actually stayed out. They did not even pit.
And you know what? I was saying to myself, if it's going to rain and I'm way back in the field, I'm just going to stay out because they might stop the race. I'm leading the race. I get on TV. Might mention my sponsor. You know, you got to think about those things.
Front page of the sports section tomorrow.
Yeah, if it happened to rain the thing out in the morning, what would it say? Dario
Franchitti leads.
What am I trying? What am I thinking?
It's not going to happen now.
I know the screenwriters have been on strike, Diller. Are you auditioning? Okay. Dario's going to make his pit stop.
Now the headlines will read Dario Franchitti leads one lap.
But that's okay. Hey, fellas, we're going to try one to go again.
This is the most elusive rain I think I've ever seen. 1 minute it's coming down, and the next minute we're going green again.
You call it elusive. I call it aggravating.
I know one thing. It's wet. And that looks like, where is that? That is here at the track, right?
You know, a little bit ago, Steve Burns said, let's go back to the hotel. I was ready to get my car keys. I didn't realize he meant the Hollywood Hotel.
I don't think this is a good idea.
So it could be a long evening here in Fontana.
Now, this is really aggravating to the driver. When you come around and get one to go, no, we're not going. Yeah, come around and one to go, no, we're not going.
All right, Darrell, we're going to commercial, but we'll be right back with more of NASCAR on Fox.
We're not kidding. We're really going.
It really does, and of course it takes a long time, and it's damp, cold, take a long time to dry this thing off. And I don't know about you, but I feel like I've been under caution for 3 days. I started my day in the Hollywood Hotel, and boys, I'll see y'all later. I'm going to the Hollywood Hotel.
Chris and Jeff.
All right, guys, and well, things have been so busy, I've been able to enjoy the jacuzzi here at the Hollywood Hotel today. Keeping an eye on racing. I don't know what that means.
Are you been hiding something on me? I have not seen this jacuzzi.
All right.
All right, thank you, Chris. With Martin Truex Jr., we just interrupted his extravagant dinner, a ham sandwich. But that's a fancy dinner you've got there, Martin.
Yeah, this is like the dinner of champions. Ham and cheese and Pringles.
Love it.
I eat it about every weekend before the race, too, so it seems to be working okay.
All right, get back to your dinner.
Thanks.
And you look you're shivering a little bit, cold out here.
I'm bloody freezing. It's California, and I'm freezing. But yeah, they've been fighting this weather all week, and I'm going to go find myself somewhere warm to hang out.
Front of the grid, we're trying to conserve our cover here with the shrub Kyle Busch. First off, that thing looked like a rocket coming through the field.
No, I'm just kidding. I was going to say it's just a driver, but that would be cocky, wouldn't it? No.
Nevertheless, it's cold, it's damp, it's wet. But these race fans are diehards. They want to see this event. NASCAR still has a couple of jet dryers and trucks out on the speedway. They've not given up on the racetrack yet.
No, but, I mean, how many clues do you need? I mean, we've had unusual circumstances that we've had to deal with here in a short period of time, or not in a short period of time, but it's been a long day already. These guys down here, they got to be getting aggravated.
So, Jeff, you've been in this position as a crew chief. Give us some of the options, what you think NASCAR is considering, given the clues Darrell pointed out.
I'll just do it real simple. This is what you're going to do right now. We're going to kick our feet up,
all right,
and we're going to wait for the rain to stop, and we're going to drive the racetrack, and then we're going to go back racing. That's all you can do is just kick back and relax.
He just wanted to show off his boots. Did you get a boot deal? Is that part of your...
Yeah, you know, you got to have Justin boots if you want to do this kind of stuff. But, you know, at the same time, you know...
Jeff Hammond's just going to relax.
I'm just going to relax, and, hey, I'm going to watch a little bit of The Simpsons while I watch it rain.
Simpsons very funny. I want to see if Mo gets cranky or not, all right? And if the comic book guy... He's always cranky. and if the comic book guy... talks racing and you know Homer Simpson will do something really silly.
Kind of like you.
No, I don't relate like Homer Simpson. No, I would be more like, what, Chief Wiggins? No,
yeah,
I don't.
there you go.
All right, so Jeff's going to kick back and relax. I'll do some more research here.
Yeah, and here's some good news. While you were away, nothing happened. So, just come on back. We're going to get a little racing down here in a little while.
And we welcome you live to the Auto Club Speedway in Fontana, California. This is a NASCAR on Fox update. 87 laps in, but the crews, drivers are getting ready to go racing, and we'll bring it to you live once they hit the track. Otherwise, more local programming, and of course, our NASCAR update from the Hollywood Hotel. We're trackside and have been all day. Jeff Hammond, Chris Myers. Jeff Gordon has led the most laps. Jimmy Johnson, his teammate, currently the leader once we get back to going.
Yeah, we talked to him a little earlier. He had him a little bit of mac and cheese. He's getting ready to go back racing. You saw the crews bringing the generators down to warm up the engines a little bit, engine oil. So we're getting pretty close, Chris.
And Ryan Newman currently running 10th, coming off that big Daytona 500 win. Tony Stewart 15th. And once they hit the track, you see they're all different ways to try the track out. NASCAR on Fox. Good night, good morning, good luck. We'll be back with an update once they're racing. We'll bring it to you. And we're live in Fontana, California with this NASCAR on Fox update. NASCAR officials giving it their best shot to try and complete the Auto Club 500 powered by Q Motor Oil. But after the rain stopped, drying the track turned out to be a little bit more of a project. So they will go 1 o'clock Eastern on Monday. The weather is fine. That's 10 a.m. Pacific here local.
Yeah, unfortunately, they kept working and working and working, but the Weepers won out tonight. I mean, that's all you can say about it. They couldn't quite control the water, so in the interest of safety, they had to postpone till tomorrow.
In the end, the right call. Other people are weeping for different reasons, I'm sure. Jimmy Johnson, currently your leader. That's where they will pick it up tomorrow. His teammate, Jeff Gordon, leading the most laps so far in this race at 57. For Jeff Hammond, Chris Myers, our entire crew, and those of you who hung around, thanks for staying up with us. Wake Up Fontana is straight ahead. I kid, because I care. Have a good night.